Welcome to It's All About the Questions, where learning to ask the right questions can help you achieve lifelong success. Now, here to help you ask all the right questions is award-winning author, international speaker, and business strategist, Laura Stewart.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everyone listening around the world on iHeartRadio or on the podcast. It's great to be here with you all this week. It's a rainy day in Vero Beach, but you know what? It's still always a beautiful day no matter where I am because, you know, beauty comes from within. The weather doesn't matter. It's how you feel on the inside. That's what takes you through no matter what is going on in your life or in the world around you. And there's been so much that has happened this year, not only to me and around me, to those I love and in the world, that I wanted to have a very special guest on for you today. I mean, every week is a very special guest. I know I say that a lot, but everybody really means a lot to me that I have on my show. And Trudy Griswold has been a friend from my Connecticut days, and she lives here in Florida on the West Coast, so she's called into the show today. But I first met Trudy from another guest of mine who's been a friend for over like 25 years, Sue Graves. Trudy is, she's internationally known. She's an author, teacher, spiritual life coach, but she is the founder of AngelSpeake. She and her sister, Barbara, who passed away a number of years ago, founded AngelSpeake, and the book, AngelSpeake, How to Talk with Your Angels, is now in its 24th printing with sales of over 1 million copies. And she's been doing workshops around the world. She does one-on-ones with people about talking to your angels and getting those messages from that higher power. And it's really all about letting you know that you're not alone, that there are always people, there's always somebody with you, the angels. I don't know where my listeners all fall spiritually. It's not about religion. It's about spirit. It's about a connection. Me, I got really connected to spirituality. I was raised Catholic, but when Star Wars came out and The Force came out, that's when I fully realized that there was an energy around us, and that's what I really connect to. And I know from personal experience that angels have saved my life at least 2 times in my life. So, Trudy, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you so much, Laura, for having me and all the angels that have gathered around to be with us today.
I'm so excited that you and the angels are all here because this is a special show. You know, we're coming into Christmas at the end of 2016 here, and you know, there's just so much going on in the world that's so crazy. And you've been working with the angels in a public way for over 25 years now. What was the initiating, let's say, incident? Because it's not really an incident, but what started this whole thing for you?
Oh, you are so right about it's never just one event that seems to awaken us. It's a series of events, and life was crazy and upside down back in, the mid-'80s. And as I was going forward, trying to make good decisions in my life and everything, suddenly everything just seemed to fall apart. And we moved from Connecticut down to Naples, Florida, my family, my 2 daughters, husband, and I. And we got down there from Connecticut, and everything seemed to fall apart. Jobs didn't work out. We felt like fish out of water. And, you know, that's not too surprising when you think about when events begin to happen in our life. We can have all these dreams and hopes and wishes and everything. But the fact is, things don't always work out the way we hope or the way we wish or the way we ask for them to happen. And when we got to the new location, we just realized that this wasn't the right next step in our lives. So then we had to make the next decision and the next steps. And that's all we can do when things seem to get off balance. And I remember at that point feeling the energy, loving energy of a group of beings around me. And it was at a period of time that was called the harmonic convergence. I don't know if you remember that time frame. Yes. But, spirituality was alive, and it was the dawning of the age of Aquarius and all those things that were coming. The spiritual movement was getting stronger and stronger. So my sister Barbara, who lived in San Diego at the time, she was my mentor and support system, and she and I started talking about this love and healing goodness and all that was nearby. And all of a sudden I realized I wasn't crazy. I wasn't making this up. And the reality is that everybody has a team of angels, and I decided that all these thoughts were racing through my head, and so my sister said, why don't you write down your thinking and all? And so I did, and I got a message that began, dearest Trudy, we love you, and we want you to know that all will work out. All will be well. Do not be afraid. We are with you. And, that changed my life, honestly, forever. And that was the beginning of the true shift of my consciousness and my life purpose.
For my listeners right now who are going, well, I hear voices from, they're going, what? And they're going, I've heard voices. How do I know that they're true, that they really are, messages from, a higher power? How do you know?
Well, I'll tell you, because they were so loving and because my heart, we have so much wisdom that lives within each one of us. That time in your life when you just knew something was right, or that this feels right or good, well, that's what's going on at the same time. It wasn't anything scary or spooky. It was just love-filled, supportive, promising, and was there for me. And when I say these loving voices, I'm not talking about religion like you mentioned before. I'm sure I went to Sunday school and, I grew up an Episcopalian and all that kind of thing. But as I got older, I wanted to open up my understanding of my life purpose and why I'm here, and maybe how I could in some way make a difference. So listen to the inner guidance and listen to your heart and your knowing, and ultimately you'll know what's right and not right.
So it's a matter of trusting yourself
in
order to listen to your angels.
You bet. Absolutely, because you're a team, actually. And I know that as, when we had made this poor decision, or a decision, it wasn't poor. I don't want to beat up on myself on that. It's just that it didn't work out the way we might hope. And gosh, we've all had those experiences. And so we were at another choice point. And we decided to go back to Connecticut and get our feet on the ground, and that was the right next step for us. It wasn't easy, but it felt right, and ultimately it was right.
Now, my listeners all know that about 6 weeks ago, I fell and I broke my foot, and then 4 days later, I fell again, and I injured my wrist pretty badly.
Ow.
And, yeah. All on the left side of my body.
Mm-hmm.
And what I realized while I was laying on the ground after I broke my foot was I had been saying to the universe, I need a break. I caregive for my mom for for the last 5 years. And, Mom had just gone into a rehab facility, and I'm like, okay, I've gotten my break, and now I can take some time for me and do some things. And as I'm walking down the stairs, I realized I wasn't giving myself a break. I was trying to get everything done. that, like get all the work done, organize the house. I still hadn't taken any time for me. And then I fell to the ground and broke my foot.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe this. I don't know if this is true, so I'd love your opinion on it. Your angels start out with feathers of trying to give you, like they're trying to talk to you or get you to pay attention to something. And when you don't pay attention to the feather, they hit you with the Mack truck.
Well, I guess that's one way you could look at it, absolutely. The thing is, our spiritual support team, our angels, our guides, our teachers, even our loved ones in spirit, they're always trying to help us on every level. And, they can see the big, big picture more than we can as human beings. And so, like you saying that go, 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 rush, 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 and they're trying to say, slow down, Laura. You need to rest. You need to heal. You need to take care of yourself. And if we don't do that, then ultimately we do make, a goof and maybe, break our ankle, break your wrist, break your foot. It's like they're tapping us on the shoulder saying, take care of yourself, slow, slow, slow. And then these things, ultimately, we make poor choices for ourselves again. So they're watching out for us is the bottom line, and they do turn up the volume. Yeah. And whether the volume is called a Mack truck or whatever the name of it might be, they'll tap you on the shoulder, and if you don't go within and listen or whatever, it'll just get louder and louder.
Now, can anyone get a message from their angels? It doesn't matter who they are, how old they are, or what their faith beliefs are. Can anyone get a message?
Yes, yes, and yes. I love that question because somehow I kind of used to think, well, gosh, only certain people could do this kind of thing. I mean, and as time went on and as I allowed the angels to teach me more and more about our partnership or how this works, the angels kept saying, Trudy, child. I love it. They think of us, angels think of us as being their loved ones, and they call us sweet names like child and dear one and everything. And they said to me, anyone can receive a message in writing because we are always within you, whether you feel like it's in your heart or you feel like it's in your thoughts. For me, like there's, I'm sure many of you, the listeners, have heard of clairvoyance, for example. That gift developed for me as I got to know my angels more, and that's where I had little pictures inside my forehead. And, like sometimes you'll get a little image, or some people are clairvoyant, where they get noises or words being spoken. And so I always just had these pictures, so I would write down what I saw. And that's the way I happened to connect with them. And but everybody has their own particular way. There's no right way or wrong way.
And this is a good hearing voices in your head, everybody. This is not like psychotic kind of stuff. I just want to be really clear about that to people. You need to be certain about what you're hearing. And Trudy, what I heard you say was when you're hearing your angels, it's true. You can feel it.
You can feel it. You know it. It's kind of like when you're writing a love letter to someone is a great example. Like if someone's writing, and it's, dearest child, we love you and we want you to know that we are always with you and that we will walk beside you. And, be good to yourself, love yourself, slow down. It's that kind of conversation, which is the total polarity of anything goofy or crazy. It's I remember the first writing I got, I just thought, wow, I would never talk that nicely to myself. I would say, get up, get out of that bed, girl. What are you doing? Where angels just love us and guide us and take care of us in their own way.
So how do you get to know your angels?
Well, first of all, I think the fastest way is, frankly, through prayer. And I just talk with them all day. For example, when I wake up in the morning, I go, good morning, angels and God. Now, I'm not idolizing angels, okay? Angels are just God's messengers, and they are God's support system, whomever your God is. Whatever your religious belief is, whatever your background is, that's your God, and that will always be your God, your supreme being. But I just talk with them because I know that they've been assigned to help me. Like, Laura, you've got a huge group. And when you started the radio program and everything, Archangel Gabriel, who is the great communicator. Gabriel was the angel that came to Mary and told her she was with child, for example. And, Moses heard the angels, and, of course, Christ heard the angels speaking, and God and everything. So this has gone on for eons. But the point is, once I realized that they were my support team, and, boy, if I invite them into my heart and into my life and always pray for, goodness and healing and protection, they will always be there.
You said that I have a lot of angels around me,
mm-hmm.
and Angel Gabriel was around.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't felt them lately, and I know it's because for whatever reason, there's a wall up and I'm not letting them in. So how does somebody, and I miss it because they were always such a part of my life, and I just always felt them everywhere around me. And I know they're there, but I don't feel them. And I don't know if it's because I shut it off or some other thing shut it off, kind of thing. So for my listeners who want to how do they recognize how many angels are around them or reconnect?
Yeah, that even before I was saying a minute ago, when I wake up in the morning, I start praying and everything. And sometimes people say to me, Trudy, how do I learn to pray? What should I say? Or when we open our heart, like the first thing in the morning, I just give thanks. Thank you so much for bringing the right people to me, or the right opportunities, or letting me do what would be the best thing to help others. Or thank you for being with me today when I'm on Laura's program, and have the just right people tune in, so maybe I could touch their heart or open their thoughts to this possibility of speaking to you. That's not a formal prayer. That's just a discussion with my group. And it's like, wow, we can communicate. We can build a relationship. And the more you speak with them, the more we learn to ask for anything in our life that maybe we'd like to have. Like, be with me, or give me the clarity, or help me to know what to do. When we ask like that, they can be with us, and that gives them permission to help us while we're living our life. So asking is great. When we came here, God did give each human being on earth free will. And so when you start asking, it's a means of opening your heart and your free will, and that gives them permission to step up and step into your life and help you in a way that you would like to help.
So it's...
If it's
go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about having a conversation. We don't have to overly complicate this.
You're right. Yeah.
It sounds like you're saying just say hi.
You bet. Hi, I'm here. I love you. I would like to get closer to you. And I would like to, I'm worried. Let's say I'm worried financially. Dearest God and angels, please be with me and show me a way to work this through. Or, help, let's say you're dating someone that is being very distant or something. Maybe you could say, help my partner, open their heart to our relationship more fully. Or help me find a job that would use my talents and my skills. And it's in being specific with those questions on every aspect to make all the difference in the world. And I just wanted to say one other thing. It isn't magic. Angels aren't like you wave a little wand and zap, your life is 100% perfect. Life doesn't work that way. But things will ultimately get better, get stronger. You will get maybe more patient, more hopeful. But asking, honestly, really connects us very strongly. And then once we ask, you have to believe that if it's meant to be what you've asked for, it'll happen some way, somehow in the right time.
I like that you added that last part, ask, believe. We're about to go into the national news. So everybody, what I'd like you to do as you're listening to this, whether you're listening on the podcast or radio, what do you need? Ask your angels, say hi to your angels, and ask them for help for what you need. We'll be right back with more from Trudy Griswold.
Welcome to It's All About the Questions, where learning to ask the right questions can help you achieve lifelong success. Now, here to help you ask all the right questions is award-winning author, international speaker, and business strategist, Laura Stewart.
Welcome back, everyone, and hopefully during the commercial break, you paused the podcast, you thought about what you wanted to ask your angels, and you just said hi to them and introduced yourself, even though they already know who you are, but now you're going to begin having that conversation. For those of you just joining us live on the radio right now, we are here speaking with Trudy Griswold, founder of AngelSpeake. For over 25 years, she has been running AngelSpeake workshops. Her book, AngelSpeake, How to Talk with Your Angels, is in its 24th printing with sales of over 1 million copies. I work with angels. I see them. I believe in them. I've felt a little disconnected lately. And so, Trudy, just before the commercial break, you were talking about ask and then believe. And those are, from what I remember of the book, the 4 fundamentals of speaking to your angels, right? Those are the first 2 steps.
Right. That's exactly right.
Okay. So first you have to ask.
Mm-hmm. And then you have to believe and trust that they hear you, they are with you. And again, that's when you kind of connect with your heart or that inner knowing. But step 3 is to allow them to do their work. For example, like if you are looking for a new job and you've asked them, help me find a job where like-minded people will be there and my new boss will appreciate my abilities or talents or whatever, and then you go about getting your resume together and putting it out there and going on interviews, but then allowing the angels to bring the right people or circumstances or events into your life. You know how sometimes you look and try, and then all of a sudden one day maybe a phone call will come in or something will open and you go, oh my gosh, this is even better than I could have dreamed it up. And that's the angels doing their thing. And when we allow them to do what they do best, and it's putting us together with the right people, that's step 3. And then step 4 is giving thanks. So ask, believe, let go, and say thank you. That's really I can consider it the formula for working with God's messengers that have been assigned to work with each individual on earth. You're never alone. They're always with you. You're always being guided and shown the way.
I think for a lot of us, the hardest part is your step 3, the allow and let go.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I know. And when you think about it, when we were kids, we were told, get out there, make things happen, push it through. And now spiritual life is more about letting go and allowing. And you're going, which is right? And I think we all have to go within and say, I know that I have a responsibility to do, make up that resume, go on those interviews, look in the newspapers for that job. And then when the time is right, your angels will bring you all the other pieces. So it takes a little practice, but you'll figure it out.
All right. So using your example of, you have to write the resume, you have to set interviews and stuff. Mm-hmm. Am I correct in my thinking that as you're writing that resume, as you're sending it out, you should be listening? So you're not just, I'm just going to do this. You've already created an ask for the perfect job, or a job with, not the perfect job, but, you have to be more specific, as you said. So I need a job that is like this, that gives me this amount of income, has this number of work hours, whatever it may be. And then when you're looking to apply or write your resume, you're listening to make sure that, okay, should I apply to this company? Should I not? Or how does that work?
Well, here's over all these many years of teaching and doing this and living this information that the angels have given me, I find that if something comes to me, let's say an opportunity comes, I figure I'm going to give back and I'm going to send a resume if I had a new thought that came into my life, or I keep hearing about an opportunity. I just figure I'm going to put it out there, because that's part of my believing. Now that I've asked, I believe that maybe this, maybe that, maybe the next. And then, God, you know what's the right one for me. Have your angels bring the right team or the right group. So I give it a try. If it's in my lap, if it's been given to me, I figure I'll give it a try and I'll apply.
Okay, so you're not just randomly, I must send a resume out. You're trying to figure out what's sort of coming in, what's coming through, what's being presented to me.
Yes, what really feels right or feels good. I said this before, I tended to be really analytical for years. And if it didn't make sense in my brain, forget it. And once the angels started coming into my life, I learned to listen to that gut feeling and that heart energy. And that's when doors opened even wider. For example, when Barbara and I wanted to get this, the book AngelSpeake, How to Talk to Your Angels, published, we kept thinking of we'll go to this publisher and this publisher, and the angels kept writing to us and saying, children, we will help you find the publisher. Well, we said, yeah, that's good. So, in our human way. And so anyway, one day my husband was at our church and the minister said, well, what's Trudy doing? And Bob said, she and her sister have written a book about angels. And the minister said, they should send their manuscript to my brother-in-law, who is a senior editor at Simon & Schuster. I bet he might be interested. Now, in a billion years, Barbara and I would have never thought of Simon & Schuster.
No way. It's not the genre you would expect for them.
Exactly. Well, we sent it, and within 24, 48 hours, we had a deal. And
that's also unheard of.
Which is totally unheard of. So it's like, talk about making a believer out of you. I figured, whoa, this is so much better than I could have ever dreamed it up. So it was just amazing, and what a gift.
I love that. As you know, I have my book out, What Would a Wise Woman Do? Questions to Ask Along the Way, and I know that my angels got me that book deal and got me an agent right away. Mm-hmm. I mean, it all happened so quickly. I hadn't even written a word of the book. I happened to be at an event and saw the owner of Morgan James Publishing, and we chatted for 10 minutes, and he goes, I love you. I want your book. You have to write something for me to check it out, but I love the idea of it. And 6 weeks later, I had signed contracts because they wanted to see something in print instead of just an idea. So I wrote a book proposal for them. And then, I ended up with an agent who just before the book went to print decided he didn't want to be an agent anymore. And he gave me back all of my, my percentage and everything.
Wow.
But he helped me negotiate everything and understand the process. And it was exactly what I needed.
Perfect.
And at the moment, I was like, oh, well, I have these other agents that want me. And my gut kept telling me, go with this guy, even though the other guy is like 1,000 times bigger than the agent I picked. Mm-hmm. And it was a matter of listening to my instincts.
Exactly. Listening to that gut, instincts, heart, whatever you want to call it, because it can speak with us loudly and clearly, and that's how the angels speak with us as well. So that's a great story. That's one of those you would have never dreamed that one up on your own,
No. I mean, it all happened so fast, and then my book hit number 1 on Amazon really quickly, and it's still 4 years later. It's still on the bestseller lists around the world.
Love it.
One of the big things about AngelSpeake and the workshops you do, Trudy, is getting written messages from the angels. Why written?
I discovered that just receiving the wisdom and everything, sometimes it can get a little scrambled with Trudy thinking as well. And I figured out that if I write down the thoughts that are flowing through my mind, and that the accuracy of the information that was being given through the written word that I was receiving was enormous. And so I just know if I want to really be clear that was truly the angels, that's when I write it down. And the other neat thing is, once you write down their messages, put it on a piece of paper, the question you are asking them, and then the date that you wrote it, and then you can read back. Like Barbara and I got our very first writings in 1991, believe it or not. It was that long ago. And we still have volumes of books of angel messages and writings that are just as applicable today in 2017 as they were back when we wrote the messages back in 91. So it is a lifelong knowledge source of love and guidance and support while we're walking our path on this earth.
All right. So since this show is called It's All About the Questions,
mm-hmm.
the ask part is the whole 4 steps, the fundamentals of speaking to your angels, ask, believe, allow and let go, and give thanks, they're all really important. But the ask, since it's the first step, I would imagine that ask is important. Like I was going through in my head some questions that I could ask, right, the angels, like the ask of what am I meant to do with my life? But when I'm thinking about it, I'm going, that's not very specific.
No.
You know, am I meant to continue with the radio show? You know, what are they going to give me, a yes or no? So how do you phrase your ask in the best way?
The best way, is absolutely to be as specific as you possibly can. Yeah, yes/no questions they're just too vague, you know. So, for example, saying that, dearest God and angels is always how I start my writings, because I know that the right team of angels are going to be sent to me. And you might say, Laura, for example, am I going in the right direction on my path, continuing with my radio, or what's the right direction for me to go in with regard to my radio program? Is this the next step on my path? And you can, that was saying, am I going in the right direction? And when you begin writing, dearest Laura, the angels will say back to you, dearest Laura, we love you, and then they'll start telling you, we love your program. You have touched many hearts and souls. See, they will speak from their perspective, and with all kinds of love and support. Yeah. So, be as specific, be as clear, and it takes a little time sometimes to get on track, but it is easy, and they'll be honest and loving with you.
All right, everybody who's listening, did you see how Trudy turned around the question and made it more clear and specific? Yes. So I started out saying, should I continue with the radio show? And I knew it wasn't the right question to ask because it's a yes and no. It's a dead-ended question kind of thing. And it doesn't give me more information. It doesn't go anywhere. And when Trudy started working it, this is why I love the show. It's all about the questions. Am I going in the right direction, or what's the right direction in regards to my radio show? Now, see how she changed it multiple times, thinking through to make it clear and specific. So I want everybody to be thinking about what's the question that you are thinking about asking, and then how can you make it clearer?
Exactly. And none of it's magic, like I said before. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're just working with them to help you move forward in living your life purpose is the bottom line. I just finished a program that I wanted to tell your listeners about. My book, AngelSpeake, How to Talk with Your Angels, is a little quick read book because I wanted to make it, Barbara and I decided we wanted it to be like the 1 Minute Manager. Do you remember that?
I do.
Book?
It's a classic.
So we kind of kept it on in that vein, and I decided to do a book study about AngelSpeake. And so there are 9 chapters in my book, and so once a week for an hour and a half, I get together with individuals, and they can start. Well, I read one quick little chapter out of the book, and we talk about all of the things we're talking about today, and even more. And it's a book that not only teaches people how to get a written message, and everyone on the line does. I do this on the telephone. But it also helps individuals form a bond and a relationship with their angels. So if it's okay, Laura, I wanted to share that.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I know you have one coming up in January.
Oh, good. Well, if you go to www.angelspeake.com is my website.
And it's AngelSpeake with an E at the end.
With an E. It's one word, AngelSpeake.com. Make sure you get that E in there. And on my website, there is the book study group beginning January 11 and going for 9 weeks. And it's like less than $20 a class, so it's a very reasonable price. Also, I'm doing a AngelSpeake holiday special, and I'm doing a 45-minute reading, angel reading with individuals for just $98. So this holiday season is, I just wanted to give people a gift of getting a reading and a message from their angels through me, and also preparing for 2017. This is the time of awakening to a new level and moving forward on our path.
Since we're coming to the end of the show, I want to make sure that the angels have a chance to speak and give a message as well.
Mm-hmm.
So is there anything that they would like to, other than what they've already passed on through you, which has been amazing, is there something?
They're saying, dearest children, and they are, by the way, they are forming, the image they give me is forming this enormous circle around everyone that's on the phone today or online or however you're listening in. And they're saying, children, we are so happy to come into your life at the eve of the closing of 2016 and awakening to the newness and the growth and the healing and the movement forward of 2017. Each one of you listening has an angel that is here to walk with you and talk and share and give and support and guide you. And we never work individually. We always work in groups. So each one of you have groups of angels that will be there. And they say, please, please do ask us, because it just makes life so much easier for us. We love you. You are on your way. We have guided you to this program, but we've also guided you to Laura because she is such a good soul, and we want you to hear her wisdom, her honesty, her openness as she shares her love with you each week. So God bless you all, and all the very, very best in 2017 and the years to come. Amen.
Amen. Well, that was truly beautiful. I had goosebumps, and I certainly wasn't expecting the last part from the angels about me. And I do have such love for all of my listeners, and I just want nothing more than to be able to help somebody through whatever they're going through and to bring them whatever they need during each of my shows. So.
Oh, yes. Yes. Well, you have an integrity and a goodness, they're saying, that touches people's souls and hearts. And they say, we're a great team. They're all excited.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that. So,
yes.
This show was something that I've wanted to do since I started in broadcast and even when I had my internet radio show, but I just kept getting guided that we needed to do this show today. So there's somebody out there who's listening to this show right now, today, either live on the air or in the podcast. And I know it's today, but, time, according to Einstein, it's all points in time or one point in time. So
yes.
Whenever you're listening to this, you're meant to be listening to it, and there's something there for you. And if you need any help, if you're feeling alone, if you're feeling lost, know that the angels are there with you, and that Trudy is also available to help you out. And Trudy, how do they reach out to you?
There are several ways. My email address is Trudy, Trudy, at angelspeake.com. Also, you can email me at any time. And if you would like to call me, my number is 727-942-4141.
Say that again.
727-942-4141.
That's great. And your website is angelspeake.com, and you have a book study coming up in January for 9 weeks. And you also have a holiday special for readings of $98 for a 45-minute session, which sign me up. And I just really want to thank you for being here. And everybody, you're not alone. I know sometimes you feel alone. I feel that way. A lot lately, I felt that way. And my friends just keep saying, what do you mean you're not alone? Look how many people stepped up when you couldn't drive, when you were on the floor. You're not alone, but you may feel alone. So ask your angels for help and let them guide you to the people you need, like Trudy, like me. If there's something I can do to help, please reach out to me. You can reach out to me at laura@laurastewart.com or my direct cell phone, 203-856-3. Actually, let me give you my other number. It's a better one, 772-202-2138. 772-202-2138. You are not alone. Trudy is there to help. I am here to help. If we can't help you directly, we will guide you to those that perhaps can. And so will your angels, right, Trudy?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, we are well cared for.
All right. So remember, everyone, the right questions truly can change your life. And it's about the questions you're asking, as Trudy so beautifully demonstrated with rephrasing a question I asked into a much better question, the right question. Because if you don't ask the right question, the answers don't matter. Trudy's website, again, for everybody is AngelSpeake, AngelSpeake.com. Sign up for her workshops. Grab her book. It's wonderful. AngelSpeake, How to Talk with Your Angels, or her other two books, the AngelSpeake Book of Prayer and Healing and the AngelSpeake Storybook. Thanks for listening in, everyone. Have a great day and a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, or whatever you may celebrate. Just hold love in your heart.
You've been listening to It's All About the Questions, starring Laura Stewart. Connect with Laura at it'sallaboutthequestions.com and download a free workbook that will help you ask better questions starting today.